Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Relentless Renewal. I'm coming to you today from Hannover Messe, where the future of manufacturing is on display. We've made remarkable progress with AI since we gathered here last year. Ambitions for AI development are stronger in manufacturing than in most other sectors. And it is certainly evident here, everywhere you look at the show. What I find increasingly amazing is the pace at which AI is adding tangible value, helping us to shorten innovation cycles, enhance employee productivity, and make the shop floor and supply chain more resilient, efficient, and sustainable. During this episode, I will share highlights from the week, featuring breakthrough AI innovations from our customers and partners. Let's get started. Hi Satish, thanks so much for joining us today. Tell me your impressions from the first day at Hannover Messe.
First of all, thanks for having me here, Dominik, and it's great to be alongside many customers and partners here at HMI in Germany. Obviously, very, very exciting. And just to zoom out a little bit, the key themes I'm hearing from manufacturers are kind of the dual challenges that they're facing. One is external, which is the labor market and regulations. And second is, how do you embrace this AI to make your processes more efficient? So there lies the potential. And I think if you think about, manufacturing, right, there's massive amounts of data from sensors to machines to human interactions. So if you're able to embrace all of that data that's sitting in silos to be able to do AI on top of it, magic can happen. And I think that's where, the ability to, if you want to thrive as manufacturers, if you're able to bridge that between the IT systems and the OT systems, that's where I think ultimately there's a lot of potential in what's possible if you're able to crack that problem. And I think that's, a lot of the conversations are based on that. And obviously very excited about the work that we're doing and what we can enable on behalf of our customers and partners there.
Yeah, you lead our industry clouds. Please expand on what we are doing and what the cloud for manufacturing is.
Yeah. So first of all, I think, when you think about trying to help manufacturers work towards digital maturity, you want to address the challenge of data fragmentation and lack of interoperability. So there's two things very specifically that we're enabling on that front. The first thing is the manufacturing data solutions that we're lighting up in Fabric. And the second thing is, surprise, surprise, Copilot templates that we're enabling for factory operations. So these are built on the Microsoft Cloud, and it really, really enables customers to move the needle on those efficiencies and how you can really embrace that data and AI aspect. So if you look at what these solutions enable, they enable manufacturers to ingest data from all these diverse sources across the factory ecosystem. They can standardize the data to the specific industry standards for seamless interoperability. And ultimately, once you have all this data, you are AI ready. So that's where we're really, really seeing a lot of excitement from customers and partners to see, hey, what can you do on top of that data estate to really unlock that potential? So data, and AI.
Okay, I love it. That really resonates. You mentioned Fabric. Yep. For those that are not familiar with it, can you talk a bit more about what Fabric is and what it does?
Yeah. So we're obviously very excited about Fabric. We just launched a few short months ago.
Yeah.
So it's an end-to-end analytics SaaS platform that just launched recently. We're getting a ton of momentum around that.
Yeah.
So if you look at specifically what we've enabled, the manufacturing data solutions in Microsoft Fabric allows you to unify, enrich, and model specific to the factory domain data.
Yeah.
So once you have that, how do you get that into an industry-compliant data store? And then, one of the big things about a data solution is you want to be able to bring in data from everywhere. So we have those connectors that are most relevant to manufacturers that we've enabled as part of that as well. And then once you have that data ready, it's a launch pad for partner-led analytics to unleash a lot of the scenarios that we talked about.
Yeah, thank you for explaining this. And I'm hearing a lot of great feedback on that approach and basically building the manufacturing capability into our data solution. And the other piece you mentioned is the Copilot template. Yeah. Can you expand on that one as well?
Yeah. So, once you have that data estate, one of the things that we've enabled is Copilot templates leveraging Azure AI. So this really enables frontline workers in manufacturing to access vital information, streamlining the decision making. So there's three scenarios that I'd like to highlight here. One is root cause analysis.
Yeah.
Right? Which is, how do you detect patterns and summarize key production metrics? The second thing is production efficiency. So these are things like, how do you provide OE statistics and analyze those factors affecting the performance? And then the last thing is worker training. If you look at ultimately the millions of customers that we have in the manufacturing space, how do you enable these co-pilot experiences to help that worker training through these AI-powered modules? So those are three scenarios, but you can assume that there's a lot more. Once you have that data foundation, you can really enable a lot more of these co-pilot scenarios. And we're very excited about it, obviously.
I mean, I love how you frame these three scenarios, and I think that is, to me, this is the big topic this year about the co-pilots and how we enable a lot more people on the shop floor to do what previously only data science PhDs were able to do, right? Or maybe not even then if they didn't have access to the data. So talk to us a bit about the customers that are already using this.
So we're working with a lot of customers, but I'll probably highlight two here. One is IPG, which is Intertape Polymer Group. So they're in the packaging products and systems space, and they're utilizing Sight Machines Factory Copilot powered by the Microsoft Cloud for Manufacturing to enhance production line insights and decision making, leading to improved yield and inventory management. The second one is, of course, Bridgestone, which in collaboration Avanade, which is an SI, is aiming to empower frontline workers with natural language query system for quicker issue resolution, confront production challenges head on, and much more. So those are two customers, but again, the pattern of really looking at use cases that can help get solved with data and these co-pilot scenarios. We're seeing it across the spectrum for customers and partners. So this is the space that we're having a lot of those discussions, and it's inspiring a lot of conversations, both for us and just among customers and partners as well.
You just started talking about partners. To me, that's also another thing that's very important about our strategy in that space, that we're really focused on enabling partners rather than going all the way ourselves. Talk a bit more about the key partners we're collaborating with here.
So obviously, at the limit, Microsoft is a partner company, and we really live that in the manufacturing space. So if you look at it, partners can provide many type of services, expertise, and there are things like, preview packages and tools like, factory connectors to enhance the operational efficiency. So if you look at the collaboration we have with Aviva, Rockwell are also in place, showcasing integrations that provide AI-powered decision-making tools for manufacturing industry. So these partnerships obviously deliver a lot of unique benefits for our customers ultimately. But again, it's really iterating on, how can you do more for data unification, contextual insights that support plant and supply chain operations. So those are, again, just a few partners, but you can assume that we're working with many, many partners because the use cases will never be done. And there's just a lot of possibilities and potential that we can do here together.
That's a great summary. Thanks so much, Satish. Thank you also for the wonderful collaboration with you and your team. Very excited about the news we are sharing here at Hannover Messe. Thank you.
Thanks for the opportunity. Good to be here.
Thank you. I'm super excited to be here now with Patrick Esche of BMW. He leads digitalization in R&D, VR, and user experience models. Patrick, thanks so much for joining us. You have an amazing story you brought here with you. Can you tell us a little bit about what the latest innovations are?
Hi, Dominik. Thank you for having me and to let me explain which showcase we brought to you. In our showcase, we tried to combine different technologies as, for example, augmented reality, then a large language model solution, Copilot, and then as a third layer, the seamless data connectivity. And we believe that if you interconnect these three layers, generative AI can be a powerful link between the user and the data. So you can navigate through the complexity of engineering data and have access to the company's knowledge.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I love how you're bringing all the technologies together. What is the impact, I guess, on the end user, I guess, your R&D department that you're expecting?
Generative AI is transforming and disrupting the engineering and development process in a massive way. It's enhancing productivity, fostering creativity, and as well simplifying the complexity we have to deal with. And we believe in this potential, and the potential is huge. We are at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's really, we have to go step by step.
And I saw you also use HoloLens as part of it. And I heard you have 20,000 engineers at BMW. Is the vision that in the end, every single engineer will be working in the metaverse?
Exactly. As you know, we develop a physical product, a car, and we work a lot with 3D data, geometry, and we want our engineers and users to stay immersed in this three-dimensional environment, pointing at parts or asking with Copilot questions about these parts or components. We believe that it's a huge potential. And then the engineer can draw conclusions and, in the best case, take the best decision in this 3D environment.
And you mentioned at the beginning that the Copilot is kind of, at the core of the user interface. What is your vision of how this will change the way people work and like how will impact your productivity and cycle time in R&D?
Our vision, and we strongly believe in that vision, is that in the future you will have an AI engineering assistant that is constantly accompanying you through your daily work, and basically it's the only interface you have to interact with. And if you want to know something, it's just a prompt away. And that's our vision.
So you're saying the entire development process is going to be like talking to ChatGPT?
That's the vision. Maybe in 20, I have to talk. Our vision was scheduled 2040, but with the huge development of generative AI, we brought that vision to 2030. Yeah.
That's truly
and
amazing.
That's great to have a showcase with you like that, to test HoloLens and Copilot for guides.
That's an incredible vision. And thank you for the great partnership doing this with us. And thank you for sharing your story today.
Thank you.
Patrick.
It was a great pleasure. Thank you, Dominik.